Hello everyone. Today's topic is dedicated to emotional stability, the power to achieve goals. Every person who has ever achieved something meaningful has faced difficulties and stressful situations. At such times, it is important to remain calm and act wisely. Emotional stability is the ability to control your emotions rather than letting them control you. This quality allows you to stay focused, even when there is chaos around. Your ability to control emotions helps you make good decisions and avoid making mistakes in times of stress. When you know how to control your emotions, you can act with a cool head, even in the most difficult situations. Emotional stability gives you the strength to act in times of stress and make decisions that bring you closer to your goals. Emotional stability helps you make better decisions, reducing the risk of impulsive actions that can negatively affect your life. This quality helps not only in the professional field, but also in my personal life. You learn to set goals and go towards them, even when faced with difficulties. These lessons will carry over to all areas of your life. Sport helps you develop self-control and perseverance, which allows you to act with confidence, knowing that you can succeed in any endeavor. When you train, you don't see results instantly, and that teaches you patience. You begin to realize that success is not the result of a single effort, but the result of constant work. You learn not to back down or give up. You understand that every small achievement is a contribution to your big goal, and this knowledge helps you cope with difficult situations. When you achieve success, you learn to deal with failures. In sports, it's not always possible to win the first time, but you learn to analyze mistakes and draw conclusions. You understand that every failure is not the end, but a step towards the next victory. This experience helps to perceive difficulties not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. You become more flexible and open to change. Emotional stability helps you to be not only successful, but also happy. It gives you the opportunity to enjoy the process and don't lose sight of your goal, despite all the obstacles. This is the power that makes you ready for any challenges in life. In times of stress, when it seems that everything is getting out of control, it is emotional stability that will help you stay on the right track and achieve your goals. Topic 2. How can emotions affect your actions? Emotions, especially negative ones, often have a strong influence on our decisions and actions. When you're annoyed, angry, or worried, your mind doesn't work at full capacity. At such moments, your body is subject to tension, and you begin to make decisions that may not be the most correct. It's important to understand that emotions can cloud your mind. When you don't control your emotions, they start to control you. You start taking steps that you might regret later. For example, in a state of anger, you can say words that will be destructive. You can make a decision based only on emotions, without realizing that this decision may be wrong. All this happens because emotions capture your attention. Controlling emotions and staying calm gives you the opportunity to make more informed decisions. This quality allows you to act not impulsively, but thoughtfully and competently. When you can control your emotions, you create a space for an objective assessment of the situation. You don't give in to a storm of emotions, but you maintain clarity and balance in any situation. When you control your emotions, you prevent them from negatively affecting your actions. For example, you won't say something unnecessary in a fit of anger, or make the wrong decisions. You start acting with a cool head and a sober mind, which helps you make more informed decisions. Emotions often distort the perception of reality. When you're worried or anxious, the world around you seems much more threatening. You can see threats where there really aren't any, and make a decision based on false assumptions. When you are in harmony with yourself and can control your emotions, You perceive the situation objectively and do not allow yourself to jump to conclusions. The most important lesson learned from managing your emotions is that they shouldn't control you. You have to be the master of your emotions. It takes practice, patience, and self-awareness, but the result is worth it. Emotional maturity allows you to act confidently and soberly in any situation. You become a person who makes balanced, thoughtful decisions, regardless of what is happening around you. When you control your emotions, you create a better path for yourself. You can build stronger relationships, make better decisions in business and personal life, and most importantly, be in harmony with yourself. Managing emotions gives you the opportunity not only to avoid destructive consequences, but also to lead your life in the direction you have chosen. Topic 3. Why is calmness a sign of strength, not weakness? Many people mistakenly consider calmness to be a sign of passivity or weakness. It seems to them that someone who remains calm in difficult situations is not able to act decisively. However, in fact, calmness is an indicator of real strength. It's not a lack of emotion or inaction. It's the ability to maintain self-control in the most violent situations. Calmness requires inner strength and discipline, and it is this that allows a person to overcome difficulties without losing their direction. People who are able to remain calm despite external circumstances have much greater inner strength than those who allow emotions to control themselves. In times of stress or uncertainty, those who remain calm make more informed decisions and act confidently. These are people who can stand up in the most difficult situations without panicking or losing control of yourself. They are able to analyze what is happening and act on the basis of logic, rather than under the pressure of emotions. Calmness is not a rejection of emotions, but the ability to channel them in a constructive way. Emotions are a natural part of human nature, and they cannot be completely eliminated, but it's important to learn how to control them, not let them control you. When you stay calm, you can perceive the situation more objectively, not allowing emotions to interfere with the decision-making process. This is the ability to be in harmony with yourself and control your reactions, rather than being a slave to your feelings. Calmness is the ability to show strength and leadership qualities in moments of chaos. In difficult moments, people who remain calm become natural leaders. They set an example for others that it is possible to remain confident and focused even in the most difficult situations. This quality helps not only in personal, but also in professional spheres. When you stay calm, you show others that you're in control of the situation, not it's you. You don't let panic take control, but on the contrary, you act rationally. A calm person creates an atmosphere of confidence and stability around himself. This is important not only for personal relationships, but also for work, business, and other areas of life. Calmness in any situation is the result of inner strength, self-discipline, and maturity. It is the ability to maintain a balance between your emotions and logical thinking. A calm person does not get lost in difficult situations, but finds a solution, even if the circumstances are not ideal. It is a quality that can be developed and improved over time. But once you learn to control your emotions, you'll notice how your perception of the world is changing. You stop being a slave to your feelings and become a master of your own reactions. It brings incredible strength and self-confidence. You begin to feel that you can overcome any difficulties because you know how to manage your inner states. Topic 4. Calmness as a tool for dealing with internal conflicts. Internal conflicts are an integral part of life. We all face moments of doubt, fear, worrying, or insecurity. These feelings can arise in different situations. However, it is important to understand that in these situations, calmness becomes your ally, and it helps you overcome difficulties and find a solution. Calmness allows you to cope with inner fears and doubts. This quality helps to prevent negative emotions from taking over your mind and preventing you from plunging into chaos. When you stay calm, you give yourself space to think and making the right decisions. You stop being influenced by impulsive feelings and begin to perceive the situation more objectively. Being calm doesn't mean ignoring your feelings. It allows you to control them. You begin to realize that negative emotions are just temporary reactions. Fear, anxiety, and doubt are all natural body reactions that should not dictate your actions. These emotions come and go, but they don't define your life if you can control their influence. When you stay calm, you give yourself the opportunity to take a step back, to look at the situation from the outside and make a more informed decision. Calmness gives you the opportunity not to get lost in the moment, not to give up under the pressure of emotions, and make decisions that will really help you in the future. Instead of reacting to circumstances with panic, you begin to act decisively and confidently. Calmness is the ability to detach oneself from internal conflicts, go beyond one's emotions, and look at what is happening with a clear head. It helps you find the optimal solution. When you learn to stay calm, you begin to perceive difficult situations as opportunities for growth and development. Instead of avoiding difficulties, you can deal with them calmly and find a suitable solution. You understand that every conflict is an opportunity to sort yourself out, learn something new, and become a more mature person. Calmness in moments of internal conflict is not just an emotional state. It is a skill that can be developed. It is the ability to control oneself and act with confidence and clarity. When you learn to stay calm, you can use this quality as a tool to overcome any difficulties, whether in your personal life or in your professional field. In moments of uncertainty, fear, or doubt, you can learn to find balance without letting emotions control your actions. Calmness gives you the opportunity to stay in harmony with yourself. You can move forward calmly and confidently, despite all the obstacles, because you know how to deal with internal conflicts. Being calm helps you to be strong and confident. Topic 5. How to learn to control emotions and stay calm. Controlling your emotions and staying calm is a skill that can be developed over time. Many people believe that emotions cannot be controlled, but in fact, it is quite possible. It all starts with being aware of your emotions and accepting them, not suppressing them. Emotions are a natural reaction to what is happening, and it is important to learn how to recognize and understand them. When you become aware of how you feel at a given moment, you become a more aware person and begin to control how you react to those feelings. It is very important not to struggle with emotions. Fighting them can only lead to their strengthening. Instead of resisting your condition, try to understand where these emotions come from. Often our emotions are responses to our thoughts and perceptions of the situation. When you understand what is behind them, you can change your attitude and not let these emotions control your actions. One of the most effective ways to learn how to control emotions and stay calm is through breathing exercises. Deep breathing helps to calm the nervous system, reducing stress and tension levels.